All right, welcome everyone to Milan Club SoCal weekly podcast. It's Tuesday. We beat PSG. It happened. Um, well, lots of recap. We have the terrible loss to Udinese to go over.
My God.
We can go over that first, or we can go over that second. I will leave that to my co-hosts Anthony, Andrea, Gio, and Ale. Um, so, where do we want to start? PSG or
Let's
Udinese?
Let's do
let's
Udinese. Let's
yeah.
PSG.
first.
PSG.
No, let's
Uh,
first
uh,
do the horrible
yeah,
shit, and then
yeah. Let's get rid of Udinese, then let's go to the high that we're on for today.
All right, bad
So
game.
yeah,
Bad game. Okay, PSG now. Yeah. No.
no. So Udinese, we played at home. It was fucking awful. It was disastrous. We
yeah,
played like shit. The players, I don't know, their heads were not in the game. Pioli definitely didn't help. Um, we gave up the penalty at Lee. I don't know if it really was a penalty. It was
it was a
pretty hard to
weak,
tell.
it was a
Yeah.
weak penalty, but honestly, they deserve to win. You see, also the
Mm,
XGs were like higher than us. Like there was no reason why.
yeah. We literally could we I think in the entire game we you can maybe argue we had one decent chance at goal,
hmm
probably at best.
Yeah,
It was completely awful. All around. Toothless attack.
yeah, but also, dude, like it kind of feels like there have been like some issues, I guess, between the players and the coach before the game because Teo
Mhm.
Hernandez did not like get a ankle injury at all. It was probably like a disciplinary thing. They were talking about it like the on the the Italian journalists. Even Radio
Mm,
Rossonera, they were kind of like hinting at the fact that that wasn't an injury. They kind of like
interesting.
probably fought or whatever, and then he decides to play a 4-4-2 that we've never fucking played ever, and play Jovic and Giroud together, and they were just like Jovic is not even in shape at all, but
No.
it just felt like the players did not believe in the way they were played at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Mhm.
that's the type of like situation, and then you're also unlucky. There's a penalty, and then they score, and I think it's like a self-fulfilling, thing. It's like, oh, we're shit, and we don't like the way that we play. Oh, and now we're losing, so fuck, we're gonna lose, and
Yeah.
everything
We're
that
playing
everybody
against
gets
low
depressed.
block. Surprise. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then like the fans are like, fuck this, and we hate this, and then everything just crumbles.
Yeah.
That's what
The fans made their voices heard after the game. They're booing the players.
it's the first time in a long time
Mm-hmm.
that we've been like giving shit to the players, and even like the weird thing is, I don't know if you saw it today. We didn't the stadium, like they didn't play Pioli's on Fire before the game.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a choice by the coach and the management to not play that song. I don't know. Weird. And at the end, when we won, Pioli was like very tense. They were hugging him, and he was like, "Don't touch me," to the staff. He was releasing a lot of tension. So
Yeah.
when they say that everything is okay, fucking not okay. Okay, maybe we say the season with this game, but it wasn't okay at all.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Udinese game was just awful to watch. It was just. It was like January all over again. Um. Those first few months, it was just pain. Um.
Yeah, I don't know why. We just looked like a cloud was over our head and we were
Mhm.
just in depression mode. And yeah, the Adley penalty, he got the ball, but I guess he
Yeah,
stomped
it
on
was
him. It was pretty
questionable.
weak. But
Yeah, even the joke on Twitter was the picture of Reinders. He looked like the eyes, his sockets, just
So
like
sad.
yeah, so sad.
But
Like he
again,
was
like,
almost
it's
ghoulish.
just like we were just playing in a
Formation.
weird way, and again, for the millionth time, we the only thing that Udinese had to do to put us to like really like mess us up badly was wait for us, get the ball, counter
Hmm.
attack. We had like
Yep.
multiple situations in where they were like seven like against 3. They could have scored 3 goals in the first half. There was an easy, simple one, cross in the middle, and like there's 2 Udinese players free inside of the box, and they just like they shot it like over the bar. But
Yeah.
it was like it could have been much worse, even if obviously we lost, but we could have lost more. And it's one of
Yep.
those games that you just feel like it's worse than the most of the. It's probably even worse than the derby, like meaning that they didn't even try. It really felt like the team is dead, and in those situations, you feel like, oh, the team doesn't believe in the coach anymore. We gotta change. And then
Hmm.
what a way to just fucking resuscitate like today.
Yeah.
But if you asked me yesterday, if you asked me before the game, I was like, dude, this team is burned out.
Yeah. No, yeah. The team definitely looked burnt out against Udinese. And even after the game, the management, I guess, sent a clear message still saying, nope, Pioli's still our guy. Um, he's under no pressure. Even though I think like the majority of fans were like, get this guy out.
Yeah,
Because they're not going to
but I
fire
mean,
him
I
right
get
before
it.
the
Even if
international
I'm a
break.
Go on, Ali.
I mean, you can't fire him right before the PSG game when you're going into a national break.
Yeah.
They're not. They have to give him the vote of confidence, see what happens with the PSG game, and then I still
yeah,
don't
I
think he would
agree.
have got fired after the PSG game,
If
unless
it
it was
went
like
bad.
another 3-0 or
Yeah,
four
if you
one
lose
loss,
three
something like
zero
that.
and then you go and you don't win against Lecce, you have to sack him before the international break. But now, obviously,
5 more years.
again,
Mm.
look at what happened today. We finally play like we played in a way that the team is used to play and they're comfortable with. It was a 4-2-3-1, old school, simple shit that we've done for years. And Loftus was like the Cassis of the situation. And in that situation, look at Leao against Udinese and Leao against PSG. Okay, it's a different game. We had more space, but tonight I think it was the best game ever that he's ever played in
Yes.
Champions League because he was like determined and like he really was like fucking mad.
He
Like you
was
could
even
see
You could
him.
see
defending.
you
He was
you could see
defending.
Lao's key I think play in the game where you saw his mentality was not the when he dribbled 2 players or 3 players. It was when he came back and slid across and won the
Hmm.
I think blocked a cross that should have been a goal kick but went for a
But it went out
corner.
for a corner. Yeah.
That's where you see the
You've
mentality. And then
Let's
never
transition to
seen it
PSG now.
ever. Yeah, we're there
We're
already.
at PSG.
to be fair, I didn't really watch Udinese. I was watching Copa Libertadores on the other TV after they scored the penalty. So
I mean, it kind of pissed me off. It pisses me off today a little bit, just to have a little negativity here. But because Leao kind of pissed me off because it's like, what was it? Or I guess everybody. I mean, in a way, I mean, Loftus Cheek, we need him. He's just a freaking beast. Like he's just so dope. He just
Crazy.
comes in and just dominates. He looked like a freaking dad amongst little kids and stuff, like playing with his kids. But Leao, it really pisses me off. That's like, what was it? Was it your breakfast? What was it like? You know, like what
that's
was
unfair to pinpoint just on him. It's because
Yeah, but no, yeah,
the
but
whole team
his
is playing better. So he's obviously gonna play better too.
hey, when
No,
he
yeah,
got
but
subbed out,
you've
Okafor
seen
was
him.
dope too. Okafor was dope
Yeah,
as
He
dude,
fuck
scored. He
too.
almost
that
scored the moment he
shot
came on.
that
Yeah.
shot was like an insane save by Donnarumma. Honestly, that was like he was sure that it was a goal. Like you could see Okafor was already like running under the curva.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. No, but I think that the Leao thing is the problem with Leao against Udinese is that he was really he like his body the way that he was like behaving, even like reacting to his like to his like teammates like messing up. He really looked like he like didn't give a shit. Because the thing is, I know it's a hard game because even if you see what Mbappe did today, if he has no space, it's obviously gonna be much harder for him to just like dribble everybody and score. If he has like five players on him and the space is very short. The same thing with Leao. Every time we play against a team that defends low, he has no space. What the fuck is he gonna do? He has to dribble everybody. He tries, he crashes on the defender three times, and then what did he do? He tries that little stupid cross, that stupid lob on the second post that never ever created a chance in the history of Milan, and he does it. It does it. That's the only solution for him. But if he has space like today, he's insane.
Well,
Today
that's the
was
main difference. Look at how open of a game it was.
Mhm.
How many opportunities were there in just the first 10 minutes?
We should
Today
have been
was
up
a
3-0 or
it felt like
3-1.
it felt like a final almost, where they're playing the last 10 minutes trying to win the game. It was
yeah,
I mean, it's a perfect match suited for Lau. And the way he was just toying with the PSG defenders, man, it was insane.
and they are
Mhm.
And then,
good defenders, dude. They are not like the Udinese. Like, dude,
Yeah.
the fact that today he humiliated um, Marquinhos and
Oh, that
Skriniar,
play.
and like, dude,
Yeah.
and then he couldn't fucking dribble Festi Ebozele, okay, once against
Brazil was
Udinese.
pretty good.
He could no, he played really well, but dude, he can't. You cannot even think of dribbling Ebozele, and now you're like playing, toying with like the PSG team. This was just like baffling to me, you know?
The play to me that yeah where he destroyed Marquinhos. He like blew the ball past like two players, ran around. Was the play that Skriniar was probably the last man in defense, although the defenders were all kind of
Yeah, but
close
it
to each other.
wasn't. He wasn't. I think it
Yeah.
wasn't a red card. It was
Yeah,
just like,
but anyway, but that play, if Leao had still if he wasn't trucked by Skriniar,
yeah.
my God, what could we have seen? That was an amazing play by him.
And again,
Not just that,
he's
but
done that.
the
He's done that
Yeah.
multiple times. If you think about it, like we've seen that from him, and every time we're pissed is because we see him playing such a poor game, like against Udinese, and we're like, "What the fuck? You can't be
Yeah.
this." Like, that's the problem we're always gonna have with him. I think is that he's not consistent, and we're always gonna be like, "How can this player that did this now play so bad?" And we just have to get over it. Honestly, I think.
I mean, that run for the first goal, but that Giroud shot, that was all. I mean, how
Mhm.
he's running one way with three players. That the accuracy and the perfect pace on the ball that he puts on it,
Yeah, yeah.
because he wasn't like his body wasn't contorted in the right way to give that pass to Giroud, but it comes out to a perfect pass. I mean, it's not as good as the run against Napoli last year in Champions League, but I mean that came from him taking the ball from the midfield all the way up. I mean, that was all his goal.
Yeah,
But the
it
main
was.
difference,
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, it's his, a lot his mentality, but we also got to keep in mind also that the Udinese, it's a bogged down Serie A match. Serie A is not Champions League, so it's a lot more closed off where he can't show his abilities as much. It's a lot of him and his mentality too, but you got to remember the two different types of matches that we're playing
yeah,
between
but we
the
should
league
we
match
should
against.
have a way to play against a team like Udinese, and when they close off, we find a way to score anyway, and then they have to open, and then you see Leao flying. Like we can't
Yeah.
have only one way that is like, oh my God, this team, they're just like too like far
Right,
back. There's
right.
nothing we can do.
I think
That's
there is
it.
a problem also the 4-4-2, the formation that Pioli used. 'Cause I don't think a 4-4-2 is optimal to you for somebody like Leao.
Yeah.
Oh.
Also, Jovic
Look,
can fucking play football, dude.
Jovic, you can fuck everything he stands for. I can't stand that guy, man.
Everything he
Jesus
stands
Christ.
for is a little is a little extreme, dude.
You know what I mean. I just I that guy is such a waste of space, and it's not his fault. God bless him, but it's our fault for
What does it stand for, by the way?
I don't know, but
Except for
apparently
Bupandu
it's not
Jonas,
running and
the third
chasing after the
striker.
ball and scoring and shooting. It's nothing like that.
I don't know, dude.
So,
I was just so
Yeah.
happy
But
to see Loftus Cheek. Honestly, he was
He
Jesus
was
Christ.
so
he was so
good
good,
today.
and also the fact that he's probably like 50% of his shape because 40 days out, he plays a game like this. The guy was like, I am going to dribble you, and it doesn't fucking matter what you think.
Yeah, you could try and stop me. Yeah.
That's it. I'm going through you. And
Mhm.
and again, like so many times they try to dribble him. And this is the difference between like Brahim Diaz that you can fucking blow on him and he's on the
Yeah,
floor,
yeah, yeah.
and then a guy like him that just like physically can say no. That's what we do.
Mhm.
That's what I was gonna say. He's everything like a Brahim Diaz that we wanted. I mean, that he just the second, he first and second dribble comes out, but then he passes it. The only way they stopped him was by fouling. But a player
Mhm.
like Ruben today made everybody else better too,
Yeah, yeah.
because he
Mhm.
basically he defended the ball, got the ball distributed, waited when he got the ball, waited for everybody to get in the right position. They made the right one, and and he opened up space for everybody. So he was
Yeah.
critical. Like for me, he's man of the match. No offense to Leao or Giroud or whoever you want to
Yeah.
say, but I mean him and our midfield in general was amazing today. The way Reindeers played, he played like a warrior, man. Because
Mhm.
Calabria, but also Reindeers is the one who stopped Mbappe today.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, they
Yeah, the
did they
double
did
teaming
great.
worked.
Calabria did like one of the best games ever, considering that like I mean, I'm the first one that makes fun of him. I think I've said it like multiple times that I don't think he's like, the captain. It's a little extreme to me but he played like a captain today. and
Mhm.
and he just like you could see that he really really like fought for it, and he was in front of the best winger in the world by far. So that was such a good performance. And again, today, for example, one thing that we didn't do that we've done for the last 1,000 games is we didn't defend like one on one, leaving like the one on one all the time, because in that situation, Calabria is gonna fucking die. Okay, if you put him against Mbappe one v one, it's over. So let's just like be Italian a little bit and just defend better, because we can. Even
Mhm.
today we didn't see Chow or Tomori follow the striker super
No,
super like deep,
I thought they were
because
actually both pretty good.
It was
exactly,
more of a
but because
zone. They
they
stayed,
know, yeah,
Yeah.
they know that we do it. So every team does the same shit. It drops a striker
Yeah.
down. Tomori or Chow follow him to the toilet, and then they just put a ball behind them, and there's somebody's like alone. That, by the way, it happened once today. Mbappe like had a clear chance
Yeah.
against
Oh yeah.
Milan. That was
Yeah,
pretty.
but
That
that
was
was the
pretty
first
brutal.
10 minutes. I think they were still feeling out. There were still some nerves, but when they got in the rhythm, I mean,
Yeah.
they played like they had faith in each other. Also, Chow and Tomori, like this is your space, this
Mhm.
is my space. I believe
Mhm.
you're gonna. And when for some reason the defense did mess up, I think our midfield did incredible to help our defense and then transition into offense. I think Musa had a really good game too.
He
I mean, he
ran
was
so
running,
much.
Jesus Christ,
He
and
ran. He ran so
did you
much.
He's
see the
fast.
last minute in his game and the first minute? It was the same type of runs, man, that he was doing.
Mhm. At the
He's
same
he's
speeds
such
too.
an important
Yeah.
player for us. I'm happy, and honestly, if the team was like really really fucked, like if the team was lost and not really determined, you can see the goal and it's over, dude. Like
Yeah.
we came back, and that's a
Mhm.
big deal, because I thought, you play, you're like, oh, super determined, and then you concede a stupid goal like that. By the way, was like embarrassing, and then we could have crumbled hard, but we didn't, and that just shows that there's more to this team. I don't think
Mhm.
it's over yet. But I mean, I
Oh,
I
hope
thought
wait.
it
I thought
over.
it, after Skriniar scored, I thought it was over. I basically threw my lunch on the table and I said, "All right, fuck it, we're out."
Yeah, that
I think the
Skriniar
only
goal was
11
just
people
terrible
that
defending.
believed in me. Yeah, I think the only 11 people that believed in Milan to actually win that game were the 11 fucking players on the pitch.
Yeah, no, I
So
mean,
the
and also the
players today, they
72,000.
played with they as Gio's been saying, they need to play with their fucking balls out.
Oh,
Just
they
fucking
dragged their
get it
nuts
all.
all over that field today,
Yeah,
dude.
and you know what? They did, and they're rewarded for it.
Dude, the
Obviously,
stadium
there's
was crazy too.
the
Also, the
stadium was
stadium
insane.
was
Um,
pretty sick.
I love the Tifosi doing the Donnarumma throwing. I love that. Um, Unfortunately, he had a good game.
No, he had a great
He
game. He
had a
could.
great game.
The good,
He had
the
two
cool
free
thing
kicks
is,
that were probably going to be
Yeah.
goals if it was probably
dude,
any other
yeah,
Yeah.
but
keeper.
but that's true. But if you think about it, we never score in on free kicks, so it's
But this
still.
time we were close to on two.
Yeah,
Did you see
I
the
Surprisingly.
curve
know.
on the
That's
curve on
true.
Teo's shot went around the wall. The wall is a little misplaced, but it was a
Yeah.
great shot.
I like
But
Tomori's
like you
shot
guys
too.
Yeah, that save on Okafor. I mean, at his height to get down to the ground that quick, it was amazing.
No, that was a
I
crazy
mean,
save because he
that's
curled
that's
it.
That yeah. That we knew that's Gijo's like that's his strengths is the reflexes and getting down so quick to the ground. He's a piece of shit, but he's good at that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, fuck him, really. I
And
think
how
it
about
sucks. It sucks that we got to the game with so many more issues that I personally didn't care about Donnarumma. Didn't have the like this, I don't know, the energy to put on him because we were like, oh, Pioli has to be out. We lost
Yep.
the Scudetto. It's a
Players
tragedy.
have no
The players are
motivation.
all injured.
Yes.
Leao is shit. So you're like, okay, fuck Donnarumma. Okay, but we need to win or we're out. Like it's such a crazy group because now it's still super open. It's like
So I will
super
tell you the
mega
standings
open.
right now. It
but
is
it's in our
Dortmund.
hands now.
Dortmund in first with 7 points. PSG is second with 6 points. Us in third with 5, and Newcastle in fourth with 4 points. And there's 2 matches left to play. This is
We need to
insane.
win against Borussia, and it's
We have
gonna
to
be at home.
we have to win both games basically.
No,
If
we
you
don't
do the
have to
math,
win. No, we don't
It
have
mm,
to
depends.
win the
It
second one.
depends.
depends,
Because
but
because now winning against PSG, we forced PSG to play to the death in the next two games. They're not gonna
everyone was
have a
playing to the
game that is
death.
gonna be like, oh yeah, it's shit, whatever. We already we passed. So we have to win against Borussia, and there's a chance that the Newcastle game we could have more than one result. You know, it's
Mhm.
super open.
Newcastle and Dortmund have been up and down, especially Newcastle. I think Dortmund's actually been pretty solid, and I think
Yeah.
their place in the group, their first place in the group reflects that. But Newcastle is a team that they come out good one game, and then one game they're shit. So, I mean, it's all up in the air. But I like that we have our own destiny in our hands now, though, because that's all we wanted is shot for these last two games to do. You know, as long as we do our job, we can go
Mhm.
through and not rely on others. So.
Yeah,
See,
I'm
and
stoked.
that's what pisses me off so much. Those 2 points lost against Newcastle. Because let's
It's
be
not just
honest,
Newcastle and Dortmund too. We should have won both of those games.
I can forgive a draw at Dortmund, but the game that we should have won was the one at Newcastle. Because with those extra 2 points, let's be honest, it's halfway in the bag.
Hmm. Yeah. Well,
The
it's
commentators had a good comment though. This is the group of death, but it's becoming the group of a very slow death because it's being dragged out to the end.
it really is. It's gonna be final match day insanity, I'm sure. Um, no, yeah,
Yeah, but
it was a crazy
honestly,
game.
man, what we wanted was just like living a Champions League night, like to be proud of the team and just like,
Mhm.
you know, that's what we at the end of the day, like that's what we want. I don't know you guys, but I wanna just like enjoy and just like be proud of them, and I am today.
Mhm.
And
Yep.
again, like I want to pass obviously, but how long did we like the last two games before this Champions League, this not this game, before this like 2023 Champions League, we're fucking awful against Inter and we haven't
Oh,
scored for so many games. So something like this is so important for us. I'm stoked, and I just hope that somehow even the coach like starts doing something more simple, and we learn from this because we played 4-2-3-1 in a way that really resembled a lot the Scudetto year, and maybe we should just do that shit instead of playing like the
the
right
four three
back
three.
in the right back in the midfield, and the stupid shit like that, you know.
Yeah,
So,
but
Mhm.
so
we need that midfield to be healthy in order to play
very
it.
true.
Because I
Yeah,
think the
it's
big
not gonna
key is
happen. It's not gonna
Without
happen, dude.
Ruben,
There's
I
not
know.
gonna happen.
So
That's like
then
we
what are you
have a
gonna
horror
do?
movie. It's like what's the movie,
Hold on.
the torture movie, like so the Enigmist. It's that's our that's like the staff that is like
Okay,
handling the,
hold
you
on.
know.
At least we didn't get Renato Sanchez. I think
Oh,
he's
dude,
literally only played like 10 minutes for Roma this entire season.
Renato Sanchez. If he comes to Milanello, he gets like a hamstring like chopped in half the moment he steps out of the car. Like that's
Yeah.
just that's
So speaking of injuries, so one thing that we were all pretty pissed off about was Pulisic staying on for as long as he did, because at the end he immediately clutched that hamstring, and all
Oh,
of us
he
were just like,
pulled
"Oh,
it.
great."
100% is out like
Yeah,
a
he's gonna
month.
be out for a while. He's got to be.
That looked like
Um,
a Paco pull right there.
yeah, Pioli. I don't know why he kept him in for so long. Go on, Gio.
He was dead by the 50th minute. But what I want to say, that midfield should be our starting midfield until Benacer gets back. I mean, I'm
Mhm.
sorry to all the Kunish lovers out there, but when he's in the ball game, we move the ball so slow. You see how fast those
Yeah.
players
Who are
are,
the Kroonish
reindeers.
lovers? Who are the
There's a
Kroonish
lot of them.
lovers?
There's a lot of assholes
There's
out there that
one. I
love
know one
MMA.
Kroonish lover. He's bald.
but
He's a bald Kroonish lover who's sitting on the bench. That's the only one.
Yeah, but do you see the
Charlie's
midfield
assistant?
today? We were just like we were just passing by everybody. But what even the commentator said, look, Pulisic doesn't look good this game. He was dead by the 60th minute, and
Yeah.
you continue like, bro, you already injured Kalulu because you said he shouldn't have been playing. Now you
Mhm.
see this guy. He was even grimacing. He was holding his leg, and you still don't sub him. You don't have to put Chukwueze in. I think what he did was fine with Florenzi because Florenzi was
Yeah.
giving everything too.
I think that
But
Chukwueze was on the bench just to watch the game. I don't
to
think he
make
was.
up
Well,
numbers.
yeah, they panned to him. It looked like he was maybe
I
gonna
don't.
come on, but then there
Was
was
he
Yeah.
was
a
he
coach talking.
available?
I think
Yeah, he
so,
was.
but
Yeah,
there
he
was
was
a
on the
coach
bench.
talking. But
He
there was
was
a
getting
coach
warmed
talking
up.
to him. Like, I don't know. Like, it looked like maybe Pioli was like, "No, dude, we're not gonna go with you." I mean, to be fair though, at that point, Pioli waited till like the 90 somethingth minute to sub out freaking Pulisic when he was hobbling.
Yeah.
So, I
Even
mean, if
just based on
Chukwueze,
performance, you take Pulisic out because he sucked. I don't know whether it's his injury or not, but he was
he should have
non-existent in the game.
he should
No,
have came
dude,
off at the half,
guys.
honestly.
Pulisic, mm, like missed every single play that he did through the game. At the beginning,
Mhm.
he lost like 5 balls in a row. He
He
looked like
couldn't
he
throw
wasn't.
past his player.
Yeah, that's the problem with him. He plays 3 games for your team and 2 against it. But
Yeah,
whatever.
I
I
thought
I
if
mean,
think
Chuku
I
was
still think he's
healthy,
class.
he would have came in because if you saw at the end or after the 2-1, PSG was really pushing up, and if Chuku was healthy, a little pace on that down that right wing, we could have killed off the game. Because look when Okafor came in, because Leao was gassed too at the end. When Okafor came in and they were really pushing hard, he had a couple chances, with not much pressure
Okafor
to
is
well,
so
score.
good,
Chuck's
guys.
probably gonna
I
have to
think
start
that
against Lecce,
yeah, I
given
think
the
that
injuries
Okafor.
we have available.
I think we don't really we still don't know how good Okafor is because I really believe
Mhm.
in him a lot and in
I
a
do too.
situation in which we don't have 17 fucking injuries all the times and we can just like sub Leao and have him play in that position with those spaces. Okafor is a great player, is a great
Hmm.
winger and I think he's gonna be like super valuable for us, especially because if Jovic keeps on playing like that, probably we're gonna give up on him. So we're gonna
Well,
have to
thankfully, we
play.
only signed a year contract with Jovic, so hopefully at the end of the season he's bye bye. Um, unless
That's
he
a
At
lot
starts
of
this
money,
point,
dropping.
though,
we could have,
Spence.
dude, we
That's
could have kept
2.5,
it.
Spence.
Yeah,
We could have kept
2.5
Colombo
million
at this
down the
point.
drain.
yeah.
We could have kept Colombo, gave him that time, and he probably would have done better. Because Colombo, I don't know if you guys saw with
You
Monza,
had the
he's has a
brace.
few goals here and there. Yeah, okay, it is with Monza or whatever it is, but still, I think it would have made even if it's just one goal, he's gonna have more of an impact. Because
Yeah, but
I put it right now, Jovic is gonna have a goose egg this season, 0
yeah,
goals.
I think there's a parallel reality in which we keep Colombo. Colombo is shit, and you're like, me. We should have taken like maybe Jovic. At least you give him a chance, and then
Or maybe there's a parallel reality where we could have actually signed Todd and me, and we would have been first place in our group right now. But anyways, that's for another
It's
day.
always back to Taremi, isn't it?
Yes.
No, I
No.
think Okafor is not one to change the game. I don't think that he's not one to. I don't think he's one to put into to be if we're losing or if we're even tied. I think Okafor is good just where we played him, where we're already up, and Okafor doesn't have to worry about his confidence or anything, and just play a nice game.
I don't know. I think Okafor can improve.
Maybe.
I think he's
I
definitely
just
one
don't
for the
see it.
future.
I don't see him changing the game by throwing him in there.
I
but
think he's still got quality. He's got something there.
I don't know what it
Yeah.
was. But Gia, what do you think on? I want to know your opinion on what was the spark of this team? Was it are you saying it was all the midfield and Loftus Cheek?
It's Loftus Cheek, man. I mean, last like 2 weeks ago, the 17-year-old punked us. He beat us up. He took our lunch money. He took our underwear, and he like left us naked in the streets. And this week, like what told people is like Loftus strength. That's grown man strength. You're not gonna move him. He's a unit. And what happened to Emery this game? He was nowhere to be found. I didn't see him.
Yeah.
He
Mhm.
he might have recovered like one or two balls, but he wasn't dominating like for that first goal versus Mbappe 2 weeks ago. He just pushed like reindeers out the way, and then
Yeah,
he made the assist. So I
yeah,
mean,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Loftus Cheek is physical, and that's what I like.
It's also the level of threat that he has, because if you're playing against somebody like Loftus Cheek and he dribbles you, like he just literally steps on your face. He doesn't fucking even feel that you're there like that. He does it once, he does it twice. Then you're gonna be like, oh shit, now what do I do? The same thing as Leao. Leao today, the first ball he touches, he dribbles past Hakimi like this, and then he does it again, and then again. Today you could see that Marquinhos and Skriniar were like, oh shit,
Yeah.
he has the pace, he has the ball, what do we do? Like that's why, like, we have to attack also the confidence of the other team by being technically better, because if we approach a game like a Champions League game, like, missing a fucking stop and not being able to pass the ball correctly, then just like, we lose confidence, and the other team is like, oh, these people are shit. But today it was like they knew that if they made a mistake, they were gonna pay for it. That's the big difference, because I don't think that in Champions we ever really gave the feeling of, oh, we are dangerous. Tonight, finally, we were dangerous. And then again, we have Olivier Giroud that is 38, and he like basically jumps like Michael Jordan and puts his ball sack on like Skriniar's nose and puts the ball in for a legendary goal that we're
Yeah.
not gonna forget. Like that stuff, it's just like that's a real striker. When we say,
Mhm.
oh, Milan has to buy a striker, like this is a fucking striker, guys. I love him so much,
That
so
second goal he
much.
scored, honestly, it's kind of comparable to basketball. He posterized Skriniar, man. I think that's like a version of posterizing Skriniar. But
Yeah,
to add to your point, I thought the thing that really got to me is the passing, even in tight spaces, was so good. I mean, how
Mhm.
many times did we turn over the ball stupidly? Not that many. Loftus Cheek in tight spaces, he's got a man on him. He's able to hold him off the ball, turn, and give that tight, quick pass,
yeah.
which honestly, they surround him. It opens up other players. But the
Mhm.
real another major thing that helped us out is that Loftus Cheek and Leao just dribbling through prayers got them so many yellow cards early that it
Yeah.
limited their play too. I don't
Mhm.
know how they walked off that pitch with 11 men, but I mean, and especially Loftus Cheek, and that was against Lucas, I think, and then Leao got another couple of PSG players yellow cards.
Even
But
Ugarte,
with
he got
Yeah, he
a
got a yellow.
yellow on tail, and
Renier
he
should have
was
been
Yeah.
sent
dribbled
off. He
20
he he made four
times.
yellow card offenses and only got one. He gave
yeah,
the
Yeah.
elbow to Giroud. That's an automatic yellow. Even back in the days, that's automatic. Boom.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then he made two like stop the balls like when we're on the counter. Those are automatic yellows. I don't know what the ref was
It
thinking
Yeah, the
doesn't
there.
matter.
ref.
We won. I'm so happy that we won. The problem is, I think I heard that Musa got a yellow, and
He
is
did.
gonna
yeah,
miss the
He's gonna miss
next
the
one.
next game.
yeah.
Yep.
And he got a stupid fucking yellow. Like, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
You know what? But in these games, I understand that the emotion is getting to you. You're pumped. You're up 2-1. Listen, it's not like it's Milan Genoa and it's the first 20 minutes and Teo Hernandez gets a stupid card. You're up. You need a
He played.
win. The
He
emotion.
bets. He bets on that shit. I'm gonna. One day we'll know, dude.
Please no. Um. All right. So let's preview Lecce. We've kind of been stabbing at it. Um. Okay,
Yeah.
who plays, who doesn't play? We obviously know we have a ton of injuries. I'm thinking we kind of not necessarily. I think the defense kind of stays as is. Um, Midfield wise, we maybe switch it up maybe a little bit, give some rest to maybe a
Rooney's
couple
back on.
No,
guys.
no, 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 no,
No,
no. We
no,
stay
no.
with the same midfield. Let's get these 3 points and then let's go to the international break. Loftus Cheek is gonna have 2 weeks off because
Mm.
Southgate is a loser. He doesn't know what the fuck Gaucho is. He doesn't know nothing. The manager from Frosinone probably win England, Euros or something like that. But no, 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 no resting. I don't want to see Krunic on there. What Lecce, they're gonna hit us on the counter. Banda, Gendry, all these guys, they're pretty fast and they're gonna put
Mhm.
us under
I
pressure. So
hope
I
Ali
need to move the
plays,
ball fast.
not
I just want
Krunic.
to go with Steel. I think we want to go with Steel. Reindeers, Musa, and Loftus. Let's get it done. Maybe we're up 3-0 by halftime, and then you could rest whoever you want to rest. I don't know.
Maybe
You wouldn't do a midfield of like Pobega, Krunic, Adli maybe to try to test the
Really
waters.
spice it up.
real spicy. At least the only one of quality there. Um, I think Chukwueze is definitely gonna have to start on the right, given Pulisic's knock. Because we can't really risk playing Florenzi there because if Calabria needs to get subbed off, we don't have a backup right back. Um,
Yes, we
striker
do,
wise,
Spencer. Stop hating on the Primavera players.
I'm not hating on
Jimenez is
them.
ready.
Fuel's the hater.
Bakuna is ready.
Don't throw
Okay,
it on me,
we
bro.
got we got we got talent. We beat PSG youth players without our three main top
Mhm.
level players. So
Kamara's
we're
goal was
missing
insane.
Zeroli, Cuenca. Yeah,
Dude,
come on. These kids, like, let's start giving them like credit. They got
Yeah,
talent, and they just need a chance. That's it.
no, I
Because
agree.
if not, Carmada gonna go to PSG or he's gonna go to BVB, Dortmund, or he's gonna go to Manchester City. To be honest.
I hope not. I hope not.
For Lecce, man, this poor 37-year-old French god needs a goddamn rest, man. This poor guy, dude. I mean, and the thing is probably the funny thing is he doesn't even want to rest. He wants to play every game. But this poor guy, he's the one who deserves a break over all of them. Listen, did you guys see Giroud today running back in defense? There was three corners
crazy.
in the second half that
And
was
he's like
he
in our
headed out
box.
and then
Yeah.
ran to the other side of the pitch to pressure the defense. If I could give Lau anything, it would be Giroud's balls, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Dude, Olivier, but guys, Olivier Giroud is the top scorer for the French national team. It's like
He's
when it's
also the oldest Frenchman now to have scored in the Champions League.
when it's all said and done, Olivier Giroud is a legend of the game. We're not talking about like we're talking about like a real one. So just like I'm honestly I'm in love with him so much. Like he's one of those players that I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but he's making me like feel the way that Sheva made me feel. Like I know it's not the same. We're not the same level, but he has that. Like I believe in him
Mm-hmm.
like in that way because
He's
we
got the old
know
school.
that he got us, and that's the thing. Like you want to know that the team is there because we do what we can. We're like cheering. We're just like even the 72,000 crazy motherfuckers at the stadium, and like and they are like, okay, I got you. I'm Olivier Giroud, and I'm gonna be your man. Like I don't know, I love him so much because we can rely on him. At least like again, the reason why we get mad at Leao, I think, is because sometimes we feel betrayed by the fact that this guy is a crazy, amazing phenomenon, and he plays like shit, and we're like, oh my god, why, how? And
Yeah.
Giroud, even when he plays like shit, he gives 100% of what he has in his art. So, just
Yeah,
like
I
if
think.
you're listening, Oliviero, I love you.
Yeah, I could see him going legendary. Yeah, he's definitely on that legendary ballot. And same thing. I want Liao. That's why I got so upset with him. After the game. I mean, of course, I was excited throughout the game, but then afterwards, I'm like, fucking Liao, come on, man. You got to bring this out every game. He's got to want. He's got to have a little, like you said, a little bit of what Giroud has, because he's and I even think this is crazy. I even kind of want. I have thoughts of like putting him as like a captain or something, just so that it's it tells him just to spark something to make him have that love to and that desire to
I
take
don't
to the
know because
next level.
then he plays like shit and has one of those games and he has the armband and we're gonna murder him.
Well, it's something to fucking flame up, put a flame up his ass, just something to
No,
like.
but honestly, today was something different though because he's never done it. He's never played like this in Champions League against a team that wasn't Italian because he did that shit but it was against Napoli. That was amazing last year, but it was always like okay, but can he do it against like some world class
Yeah.
team?
Hmm.
And dude, PSG is a world class team. Even if this year probably not the best year, but he was doing this to Hakimi, Marquinhos, Skriniar. Like we're talking about real stuff. And I'm so happy for him because he has never showed this against anybody in Europe until today.
Hmm. Yeah. Moving on to some other club news. Looks like Ibra's going to join the team as part of the management. What do you guys think? Is this a good thing or is this a bad thing?
I don't know.
For
I
me,
think
I
it's
don't
a.
know.
Oh.
I don't know why they're bringing him in. Like, let's be honest, Magic Mike gave the best thing. He said that Ibra's part of the past. Like, last week, last year, what was he doing? Like, he was on a world tour. He was on Jimmy Fallon. He was talking all this shit, and he wasn't with the team. And when he came back, he really didn't motivate the team. I think I love him for the Scudetto run. I think he was very intricate in that. But that's it. But we gave him 7.5 million that year. So I mean, thank your bank account for that. But Ibra, I don't know. I think that's just undermining Pioli because they probably feel like you know what. Pioli might be losing the locker room, but Zlatan's gonna come in. But these kids, they don't know. They know how to win, but I don't know what's going on. But to me, I don't really like that. You know, if you're gonna get rid of Pioli, get rid of. Don't come and put somebody that's basically gonna be a babysit, try to karate chop you in practice and training and everything
Yeah,
like that.
but
It
the thing
seems like
is,
they're trying to plug a hole in a boat that's sinking. You know what I mean? Like, you don't bring in somebody like that if everything is peachy and roses and everything's going fine.
but
So I
we know
mean,
it's not going fine. Like we know
yeah,
it's a shit
Yeah.
show. Like so we need and again we need somebody that is like a connection between the team and the management because we don't have it because we sacked Paolo Maldini. We forget about that shit sometimes. Paolo Maldini is the player manager made like fucking god, okay? And you sack him. So you don't have that stuff anymore. And he maybe is a good choice. I honestly tell me one top manager that needs like the super charismatic player guy like in the team to make it better. Like it never happens. No big team has some shit like that. I don't know. And honestly also like Ibra is not somebody that you can like you can tell him to shut up or not to say some things. Like he's very like abrasive when he speaks. So I don't know what's gonna come out of it, but if he helps, I don't know. I
Yeah.
love him so much too.
Yeah, I get like a mascot vibe from that whole situation. Like,
I don't think he would come if it was a mascot role.
Exactly.
I Yeah, I think he's gonna. I think he got some guarantees from the club that he's gonna have
Hmm.
some real influence and I don't, as far as decision making, I don't know what kind of decisions,
yeah,
but
what would he?
it seems like it. I don't know, but he's gonna be like the connection between the pretty much the hierarchy and the players and the squad. So
Yeah, but also imagine like, if again we used to have Maldini like picking up the phone and calling a player to say, "Yo, come here," and they would be, "Yes, I love you."
Imagine
And
Ibra calling you though.
yeah,
Imagine
that's sick,
Ibra, like,
dude.
yeah. Imagine,
you come now,
yeah,
you
yeah.
come
What
Yeah,
now.
would
Come
you?
now. Yeah,
You want?
you better be fucking good, or otherwise I'm gonna kill you.
but that's good. Like I don't know. I feel like you need somebody that pushes you like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love him. Like everybody does, obviously. It's a weird thing. Obviously, he's gonna be criticized so much if we end up sucking at the end of the season because it's gonna be like, oh, they also brought up Ibra. We're gonna be probably paying him. We're gonna pay him so much for sure because Ibra doesn't move for just like a couple dollars, So it's gonna be
Well,
interesting
how
to
much
see.
can you pay a position like that? There's
Dude,
no way a
Yeah.
position like
3-4
that gets
million.
played 3-4 million. No,
Yeah,
3-4 million.
it's gonna be
He might
paid
get his
for.
million a year or something. There's no way you pay a position like
Brother,
that.
Ibra is an island. Okay, he has a private island where he can stay and chill. For a million, he doesn't move from it.
I don't know. He has
Yeah,
some. He has some heart
I
with him. He.
I really don't think he's coming for the salary at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he doesn't. I don't think there's
Yeah.
ever anything he does that doesn't have
I don't
a
know. He has
salary.
some. No, I think he does. I think he has a little more.
He could have after the Galaxy, he could have had. I think he could have got to a bunch of teams where he would have made a bunch more money. But he wanted a challenge, and he came to Milan. With all due respect, he was making 7 million a year, but he probably could have gone to teams like in who knows, MLS or the Middle East, where he could have got a lot more.
He has
That's
some.
true, but you also have to understand like either he wants to stay in Milan for the family. Like
Yeah.
he has that thing, and
He has
yeah,
He's
I don't.
still
he
youth,
has he has
right?
some standard behind him because you could tell like well through his actions and everything. But a good example would be um, LeBron like mailed his jersey to him, and
Yeah,
he
Mhm.
sent it right back. He sent it right back to him.
He signed it and sent it back.
he signed it and sent it back. It was so
Yeah,
cool.
signed it and sent it back. Yeah, so I mean, he has a standard to him, and so yeah, I could see him not coming for that much and just wanting to be part of Milan. But at the same time, he's got to do it in Ibra fashion.
He has demands,
I don't
man.
know.
He has demands. So if you have
Yeah,
demands,
yeah,
I don't know. But
yeah,
Magic Mike said it best. Ibra's the past, bro. We gotta move on. Like, if you, to me, that just feels like they don't
yeah.
got a confidence in Pioli. Like they
Right.
need somebody to watch out Pioli or to karate chop somebody.
Yeah.
To me, just get rid of Pioli and don't
But
even
Yeah,
but
they're
don't you?
admitting that Pioli has deficiencies, and they're trying to plug those with Ibra.
But it's
So,
obvious, guys. Like we see
oh
it.
yeah,
Like, we're no. The thing is, we're trying to see. Oh, maybe Pioli has deficiencies, and maybe the team is not following. Like
we know
yes,
he does.
yes, exactly.
If
so
if
so
this is the rope, and this is Pioli with us, we're over here.
yeah. No,
We're
I
over
think
here. We're not on the
a
rope with
game like
Pioli.
tonight though can change a lot of things. And but if you saw what happened with Ibra, it looks like it's literally like a Jerry Cardinale thing. It's like literally
Mhm.
from the highest possible. That's where it comes from. So
Mhm.
I don't know. I hope it doesn't come and like bring chaos. I don't think, that's the objective obviously. But dude, I trust him. Ibra has like surprised us time and time again.
Mhm.
And he can fucking do whatever he wants, honestly.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. The Scudetto winning season, sure, Pioli was on fire and all that, but let's not forget, the effect that Zlatan has in the locker room. So,
Yeah.
and then
Mhm.
before Pioli came, before sorry, Ibrahimovic came, and Pioli was coach after Gianpaolo. It's not like we were doing that great, but we had the players to do it, and I think Ibra's the one who really spurred them on. So I think it's a good combination. Pioli, the tactician, and Zlatan kick them in the balls when they need it.
Weird though,
Yeah.
because again, it just shows me, I don't know, like the great teams don't have the enforcer that kicks you in the balls. And again, we need
Messi and
time.
Gattuso.
We need time to get to that level. I don't see Real Madrid needing like somebody reminding the players, oh, by the way, you should just
Mhm.
fucking be professional and want to win games,
It's
maybe.
true, because you
Winning's
see in
fun.
games too, like Tomori, like he's always like yelling at the other players, like keep your head in the game, or he's yelling other stuff, to keep them, in line
Yeah,
essentially.
some players have it, some
Let's
Yeah,
some don't. The problem
obviously
is
Mike
when
has it.
your star doesn't have it, that's a big problem, honestly. And I
let's
love
not
him,
forget the
but
yeah, let's not forget the age of this team too. I
It's
mean, we're
very
doing
young.
really well, but we're also a very young team.
Hmm.
I think our average age today was 23 or 24.
yeah, but I mean 24, like it's just You can just
Yeah, but look at the Real Madrids, the Manchester
So was
Cities,
PSG. No, PSG, they were 24 too.
yeah, they were
Real
like very
Madrid
young
is
too.
young. Real
yeah, but
Madrid
that's
is
Luis
young.
Enrique coming in.
Real
Dude, there's
Madrid is young.
Barca playing 16 years old kids all the time. Like we are the only in Italy when you're 22, you're young. You know, uh,
It's true.
it's
You need to
it's,
go to
it's
Monza for
not.
experience.
Yeah,
You
you
need
need to
a
go
you
for
need a year
dude.
to adapt.
If
When you're 30
Camarda,
now, maybe we could play
Camarda,
you.
if Camarda was a Barca player, he would be playing today. At least
1000%.
he would be
At
seeing.
15 years old?
No, at
Yeah, they
15,
would.
no. Maybe at 16,
No,
but at
16, yeah,
15,
because
no.
I think that
Yeah.
it's illegal at 15. There's something
Yeah,
about it
yeah.
that, you know. But again, dude, by the way, that fucking goal.
Yeah,
Like
that
I don't
Camarda
get
was.
excited. I don't get excited about like kids because they're kids. But that was insane, honestly.
And he's playing against like players that are like almost 3.5 to 4 years older than
Yeah,
him.
he's
And he's
super
been
Yeah.
playing
underage.
like that when he was when he was 8 years old. He was playing U12. When he was 12 years old, he was playing U15, and now he's 15 and he's playing U19, which is pretty
Give
crazy.
him a little bit more time to develop. I think he's
Yeah.
still really young to be put in any sort of, even to be, put in maybe senior training. You give him a little bit more time. He just got to the Primavera. Let's see, maybe next season.
But you
Yeah.
also the
But Milan's
problem.
not the type of squad to put in a 16-year-old though, man. When's
We
the
did it with
Well,
what? Maybe
Donnarumma.
Pato? Oh yeah,
Pato
Donnarumma.
was 18. Pato, but dude,
Yeah, but
Pato,
anything.
yeah,
Hey,
he was 18.
listen.
Pato
When
was so
Donnarumma
good.
got played, anything but Diego Lopez, man. That's the problem.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I think honestly also the problem is he's a striker. He's like a
Mhm.
main central striker and he's like too small for that to play that shit. Like, you know,
Yeah.
he gets like pushed away today if he plays in Serie A against like against Udinese. Dude, Udinese players are so fucking gigantic. Like, did you see Success?
Yeah.
He's just like he was just putting a hand on the face of like a defender, just like you move away. Like
Yeah.
okay,
Milton says, yeah, Maldini made his debut at 16, but that's because Maldini was already a grown man at 16.
Yeah, Maldini was. But you're talking
That's
about Paulo, or you're talking about Daniel?
No, stop.
No comment.
Daniel is lost in the abyss, bro. I don't think we
he
see
barely
him ever again.
he barely started like the other week against or for Empoli. Like
No,
I don't
The
like
problem is you have teams like this that just want to troll players, and it's disgusting to see, man. It's not Daniel's fault. It's the world around him that doesn't understand him.
We haven't had a Daniel segment in a long time. Missed it.
yeah,
okay,
we can have
okay.
like one of our signature segments about CDK. He played 10 minutes against Inter. The guy
He did
is
well though, didn't
on the
he?
bench. He's on
Yeah.
the super bench, guys. He's coming back to us next year. He's just gonna be. He's so ready to come back.
You know what? You never know, right? You never know.
I think it
I
sounds like
thought he was
Pioli hasn't
gonna.
played him in a while, no?
No, I checked. I checked. So he played 10 minutes against Inter, 25 against Empoli, 45 minutes. Yeah, against Genoa, 70, 82, 45. I mean, he's not a starter at all.
He'll play on
Uh,
Thursday in the
yeah.
Europa League.
For now, he has one goal, two assists, and an own goal.
Those are amazing numbers compared to last season.
That's so much more stuff that he's
That's
done.
something. That's all
We
you
saw
wanted
him
last
score in
season.
preseason.
We
saw
saw
him
we saw
score.
Will you
dude, we
stop with
saw
that?
him. We saw him score the only goal that he's ever gonna score with Milan ever. You know when there's like those like Instagram posts that you're like, oh, we were kids, we were happy, and we didn't know it. That's exactly what happened in that game. We were happy. We saw something historic, but we didn't know it, so we didn't enjoy it.
So clap your hands. Sorry. All right. We're about towards the end here.
Yeah, so Lecce, the game is on Saturday at 6 a.m.
Yes,
for those
we're
of you,
gonna
we
meet.
will post on the socials
Everybody's
where that game's going to be.
everybody's gonna meet at Spencer's house at 5:45.
Yes.
No, I'll be honest. If like with this Milan win today, I was like, nah, I'll just watch it at home in bed. With the win today, I'm down to go
No.
watch it now.
No, I'm down to go watch it. Yeah, I'm down to go.
Do we are we releasing the where are we watching? Are we?
Well,
I don't
well,
know.
we got to work that out. So we'll let everyone know. We will let everyone know. I don't know anything else.
Spencer's a businessman. He gotta work out the finance.
Yes.
Well, for Lecce, we're going to Fox though, right? Where Fox is,
Probably.
yeah,
Most
Fox
likely
is
Fox
where we're going.
should be
It's
open at 6 a.m.
6 a.m.
Oh, that's true. Nobody else is gonna be open. For
Yeah,
us
Yes,
no, no,
at
no.
Lore,
6
we're
a.m.
gonna, no, Lore has the plan. We're gonna go to Ale's house with the mega spritz.
No, we're already.
All right, I'm down.
Neroni,
All
allora,
nighter.
come la va?
We're already
Yeah.
advertising the Fox and Hounds, so we're going to Fox and Hounds, everybody.
Hopefully
yeah.
you get the big screen. 'Cause, I mean,
Well,
Premier
so
League stuff
that
that's
day,
happening.
yeah, that day Arsenal plays at 7 a.m. and obviously they're an
Son of
Arsenal
a
pub,
bitch.
so I would imagine that Arsenal would have the main screen at Fox. But
We never,
given
yeah.
that our game's the first game, we might be able to at least get the first half on the big screen. We'll see. But you know
What? Wait, I dozed off. Like we're gonna watch one half on the big screen, and what
Oh,
about the
there
other?
maybe I don't
Then
know.
we're gonna go across the street to the sushi restaurant.
Yes.
We're gonna watch the second half there.
Yes,
So
that
we're
is
gonna
correct.
So you're
Um,
telling us you're gonna wake up at like 4:30 a.m. to go to watch Lecce Milan, half of the game on the big screen and half in a sushi place.
I don't know. We got to work out
Hmm.
details here, folks.
At the sushi place, I think you're taking me seriously. The sushi place is a joke.
Oh, well, never mind. I'm
Um,
not going to go now.
Yeah.
Well, good thing is that it's 5 o'clock somewhere when it's 6 a.m. here. So,
That's right. It's always 5 o'clock in the Fox and Hounds.
R.I.P. to that. Yeah.
all right, folks. I think unless there's anything else you guys want to talk about,
Rade Krunic is gonna start for sure. Okay, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, but
Turning off your
money he
mic now.
scores. Money, I bet you money he scores against Lecce. Money.
Brother, you don't want to bet money like this. Don't be. That's a Tonali move. Okay, that's a little sick. Okay.
yeah, don't get in trouble, bro.
I'm in therapy right now.
Good one.
Okay, guys. I love
All right.
you. Forza
All right.
Milan.
What's the
Forza
Milan,
Milan.
guys?
Forza
Let's
Milan.
go.